Good afternoon, everybody. It is October 9th, 2023. It is Monday afternoon. I am just headed back home from a long day of job interviews. So that was a lot of fun. Life is such an adventure. It's crazy to think about how much of our life do we live on the belief about what the future holds. Like if you're in charge of anything, when you make decisions, you're making decisions for this moment in accordance to your belief on how you want the world to look in the future. And it's all based on belief. So like right now we're working on hiring. We're working on going through and finding the right people to do the job. And as you're doing that, you've got to be looking at your budgets. You've got to be looking at everything going on in the company, but also what could go on in the company in the future and how quickly it could all happen. It could be incredibly fast and everything works out great. It could take 10 times longer and it does not work out. And so having the belief, having that faith about what's going on and what's going to happen next is huge. Because if you don't look out at the future, you could prepare for the wrong event. You could be too prepared for a downturn when an upturn comes. Or too prepared for an upturn when the downward comes. So it's very interesting to see. I think belief is one of the key drivers in life. It's how we all end up wherever we end up. So it's been fun to think about that. I do want to talk about Israel and the Palestine. So today, this weekend, my understanding of all of this, and I am not an expert, I don't follow global politics that closely. So take everything I say with a grain of salt. But from my experience looking at everything they're doing, everything they've got going on this weekend, from what I've heard, Hamas attacked Israel, killed a bunch of Israelis, and Israel has retaliated and is attacking Hamas and the Gaza Strip. And these two sides are destroying each other. What I don't understand is why. What is going on between their two religions? What is going on that's causing this chaos? Because something is causing it, and as more news shows up and people are sharing more about what's going on, I get the feeling that this has been going on, well, we all know this has been going on for years. It's not something new. But what is it? What is the outcome that everybody's trying to achieve? What are they trying to make happen? Is it complete control? Is it control of this area? Is it access to something? And I think that's probably a good place to start with figuring out how do we resolve these conflicts, is what are the root causes in the first place? And is it possible that the root causes are really part of how people are educated throughout life? Could it be possible that this war is just opinions and beliefs and feelings that have been handed down from generation to generation? And now those feelings have turned into actions, and those actions are having dire consequences on people. I don't know. I totally believe it's possible. So I've been thinking a lot about it. It hurts my heart. I hate seeing the wars that are going on right now. I hate seeing how everyone's attacking each other and trying to position themselves for whatever happens to come up next. But it's a sad world we live in. And it's also interesting how fast everything has transitioned from Russia and the Ukraine war to now Israel and Hamas, the Palestinians. That transition happened overnight. And now Ukraine, I don't think our news cycles will talk about Ukraine at all. I think it's going to be very silent. I think everything's going to transition to Israeli. Good, bad, or indifferent. Personally, I do. When the war first began, I 100% supported Ukraine, us funding Ukraine and helping them. I feel like the war has just continued on without people really looking to how do we end this war? How do we get out of this war? Because the point of a war is for change of some kind. So something's got to change. I don't know what that is. I feel like we need to get... I feel like too many of these issues are extremely powerful people talking to their circles, their networks of individuals, and making decisions without really talking to the leader of the other side about what they're trying to accomplish. Like, if we all sat down, could we just figure this out? Figure out a way to stop the killing? It needs to end. It's doing no one any good. So I don't know how to go about doing any of that. But I believe we need change. The next 2 years are going to be so crazy. I can't even fathom what's going to happen. So I'll share my opinion, though. I believe in the next 2 years, we are going to go through such a massive depression. I believe one of the main reasons this is going to happen is we don't know how to cycle money from the people who make money, the people who own the means of productions, the companies, back to the workers who spend the money. Because we need workers spending the money so other companies can make money. It's all about cycling revenue. I think we as a society do not know how to cycle our revenue back to the resources who need it the most, which is the working class. I believe this is going to cause a severe depression, and this depression is going to wipe out, I think, a lot of debt. Credit card debt, consumer debt, mortgage debt, corporate debt. And I think we come out of it after this debt has all been cleared off. And we can get back to a baseline of this is what money is worth, this is what time's worth, and this is how we're moving it. Who knows if any of this will happen or is even remotely close to true. These are all just my opinions. But the only way to know is for time to pass. And we will get to see what it's like. Won't that be fun? Yeah. Yeah, I do. At this point, who knows? At this point, I am glad I am not the president of the United States today, having to make decisions around who do we fund, who do we not fund, and how does all this work. Or not even make the decisions, try to lead the decision-making process so a decision can be made. So, it's quite the interesting world we live in. But Christmas is coming. This weekend I put my picture frame up. Do you like it? I love those picture frames. One of the reasons I've decided on a picture frame Christmas ornament as the cornerstone of everything I'm building is because I believe the most important thing to happen for each and every one of us every year happens in our hearts. There's no way for us to capture it in any one item unless it's an item designed to showcase whatever is in your heart. So everything I do is for these three, for my kiddos. They are my driving force. And I could not be more proud to be a dad. And so that's why I'm doing everything I'm doing. For anybody new to the journey, my goal, I built America's holding company around replacing Social Security. So Social Security is, according to the financial metrics, looks like it will start running out of money in about 10 years. That means we have 10 years to build a better system to take care of our kids in the future. And so I look at what I'm building with America's Holding Company as a way to take care of my kids when they're getting close to retirement. The timeline on this being successful is 50 years, 100 years, which gives us that much time to figure it out, which is why I know it will work. If you spend that much time focused on something, you will be successful with it. And so that's what we're doing. We started in I officially signed the incorporation paperwork for America's Holding Company on March 28th, 2022. So we did our first Christmas ornament last year. At the time, I've been figuring this all out as I go. So I built those Christmas ornaments on my laser engraver. They were super, super cheap. Super crappy looking. I actually started this year's ornaments the same way. And then around the 4th of July, I decided, you know what? I am not clever enough to make this all my own art. So I found Beacon Design. They do custom Christmas ornaments. So they're the company that does like the White House Christmas ornament program. Made in America, based out of Rhode Island. So it's like perfect for what I'm looking for. So I found them, reached out, told them, hey, I am looking for a picture frame. And this is what they came up with. I gave them complete design freedom and everything. And I love it. It's got subtle hints of red, white, and blue. It's patriotic, but it's not overtly patriotic. And it's got a great picture frame. So this is the cornerstone of this subscription box for America's Holding Company. So this is years 2 ornament. Years 3 is yet to be seen. But we'll see. I'm excited. We'll start year 3's ornament probably in January. So that I can put it up and have it in every video I do. That's why I put this up, is so as I'm driving around, I'm constantly reminded of why I'm doing all of this. And as I'm doing my videos, it makes for a great marketing piece. Because I can be like, hey, go to americasholdingcompany.com and sign up for our Christmas subscription box. You get that. Literally. We mail it to you. You get a whole bunch of, like, it's the gateway into everything I've designed. But that is the main deliverable everybody gets as a client, is an annual Christmas ornament. Everything else is bonus. It's pretty fun. I'm really excited for how things are going with America's Holding Company, with Kitech, with all the project tools and all these businesses that we're bringing together. It's going to be an adventure. So that's what I've been thinking about today, going over, and now I'm about to get home, play with the kiddos, upload my journal entry. Another thing, my glasses stopped working this weekend. It was awful. I switched out the micro SD card though, and it seems to have fixed it, which I'm very excited about. But yeah, yesterday we went to Dave & Buster's. I got some great videos on my phone, but it was surprising how much I have really enjoyed being able to document my life without watching my life through a screen. So just having the camera recording as I go has been freaking awesome. I love it. I love it. And then I got my buddy Gerald his own glasses this weekend, so that's fun. He was excited about those. Anyways, that is what has been going on in my world. And that is my update for October 9th. It will be such a blast to really get everything going here with